Hey everyone, this is the Spark on Kubernetes call on 6th of February. As always, we're going to record this call and we're going to publish on YouTube, and we follow CNCF Code of Conduct. So just to remind everyone, we started this call in 2026 to unite people around who are actually interesting to run data workloads on Kubernetes, including Spark, Flink, Trino, whatever data processing workloads you run. And we try to give a space for folks to give a demo and also talk about their challenges and their questions around specifically Spark on Kubernetes. Just before we, go over agenda items, any new people here on the call who just want to say hi, introduce yourself to the community?
Yeah, Vedant and I are new to the community. Hi, my name's Ali. Vedant and I are from Red Hat, and we want to discuss the customized manifests and just other ways that we can start to contribute as well.
Great, thanks for joining.
Hello. Yeah,
Hey,
this is Kishan. I'm also new to the community. I'm currently with Stripe. So we are trying to explore running our workloads on Kubernetes. So we are just getting started. So pretty new.
that's great. Did you use Spark or use Spark operator to run those workloads?
Currently we use Run Spark on Yarn, and we are
Okay.
just getting started on our journey to migrate the workloads.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Definitely exciting to, learn about your challenges and the story around migration. Anyone else want to say hi?
Hi, this is Arjun. I think I joined last week. Happy to be part of this community. We run multiple workloads in Kubernetes for Spark, and our next goal is to try out Spark Accelerator to, have some efficiency in the cluster.
It's great. Yeah, definitely. I hope we can talk about the diffusion a little bit today, the diffusion comment. Um, all right.
Right. Yeah, so let's get started. So I think the first agenda item we have is the customized manifest maintenance tasks. So let's see, we had a plan to deprecate the customized manifests because we didn't really get the feeling that, people were using it compared to the Helm chart. Especially when we are, talking to our customers and everything, they all seems to use the Helm chart instead of customize. So we, just wanted to lower the amount of maintenance overhead we had. So we wanted to deprecate the customized manifests we had. But I think Red Hat folks are using it, and they actually have, graciously offered us to maintain these manifests for us. So we are not going to be deprecating these manifests. Um, the, that we will continue to maintain. Anything you want to add here, Ali?
No, just so that we're on the same page in terms of maintenance and where the manifests are at right now. It's at least my understanding that the manifests as they currently exist are still what they would install is still out of date with what Helm would be installing. And
Yes.
so one of the first things we'd have to do is bridge that delta or make that delta to be not as small as possible.
Yeah. It should be in sync with the what we have in Helm, as far as like, the deployments configuration, like default configuration, all that's concerned. CIDs should be up to date as far as I know. Yeah. I think there is even like a make target for generating all these for us. So should be good. But if you run into like any problems or questions, to reach out to us. We'd be
Mhm.
more than happy to help you out.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think Rashabu is also on our team, submitted to 820, which you'd already reviewed and approved. So I think expect maybe a few of those if we find a few of those size PRs if we find them.
Yeah, these are fairly easy to review and everything. So yeah, be great to have these coming in.
Yeah, but
Yep.
excited to work with everyone.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks. Thanks, and welcome to the community. Anyone have any questions or concerns around this topic?
I actually have one question. So, what is the final decision then with Customize? We're gonna keep them for a while?
Yeah, we will continue to maintain, especially with the help from Red Hat. I think we can do it.
And you guys, like in Red Hat, do you depend on upstream Customize manifest?
So what we're doing is we have another operator that installs a bunch of sub operators, and
Hmm.
that like parent operator relies on customized manifests being in those sub operator repos. So
Hmm.
what we've done is we have our own customized manifests that are more or less what the like what's already there upstream or what Helm generates with some like Red Hat specific overlays. Um, as long as our like parent operator only uses customized, then like we're gonna want to have those as in sync as possible, and we're happy to do whatever maintenance would need to be done for that. Um, just so
That
that you
makes
guys
sense.
know where we're coming from.
And your customized operator doesn't support Helm, right? It can only reconcile the customized maps. Okay.
Yeah. At least for now. I mean, if something changes, we'll definitely let the whole community know, and we can figure out what's best for the community there. But that being said, we're not going away anytime soon.
Makes sense. Yeah, because why I'm asking, we had some discussions across other components, whether we want to keep to different, way of installation. And I see the trend from other communities to, migrate to Helm fully, like especially in Kubernetes communities, like Leader Walker said, Job set, Q. I know there are some customers who really depends on customize these days, but we need to figure out, what is the long-term plan and maintain your server hedge, right? Um, but if you come up with any solution, I would love to learn more, especially with the synchronizing the different, like manifest between customers and Helm.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Let's see. Next item, Spark clients. Let's see.
Yeah, I think I can quickly talk about it. So I don't know, Shekhar, he's not on the call right now, right? I don't see him. Yeah, so just an update. I think we're almost ready to integrate Spark Connect with the Kubeflow SDK. We've done several rounds of review. We finalized the API. So we're planning to kind of release it actually relatively soon. Again, like just to remind everyone, in the first version, we will support Spark Connect CRD. And so we have two PRs in Spark Operator. So the first one is to expose a public config map which actually allows us to detect if Spark operator control plane is installed. There is nothing special here, just checking updating the version inside the config map, the public config map YAML, and I think we need to update the customize as well here. Yeah, if you scroll a bit down, I will talk about it. Yes, it's here. Yeah, Spark operator public. So we kind of like try to name it Spark operator public, and the goal of this config map is to kind of expose the public version of the install control plane, like so we can detect on the client side, on SDK side, first of all, if the control plane is installed, and in the future we also want to think about how to make sure the version is compatible between clients and the server. But in the first version, we just check that this config map exists, so users can, use Spark Connect from the client side. Um, yeah, I guess I need to take a look on the each and comments around the version, but I will check it after the call. Any questions for this?
So this is Spark Connect specifically.
No, this is for entire Spark operator control plane.
Okay.
Yeah, like the thing is it's just a public RBAC. Basically, it's RBAC which exposes this config map to every user which connects to the Kubernetes cluster. That's it. Um,
So,
yeah, this is a check-in issue. Yeah. Like our goal is to do the same across all the tools we support with SDK. Trainer, pipelines, Spark, other clients. So when user actually start the Spark client, we will verify that the control plane is installed. So we don't end up with a situation when user just do pip install kubeflow, try to do spark client.connect and get an error because control plane is not there, right? For example, we want to
Yeah.
avoid such errors.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I will take a look as well. See, it looks like there are few
Yeah,
TPRs
so
open. Is it something
Andre, I
or?
had a question. So I
Yeah.
have to update both customize and helm, right? Now, since we're supporting customized manifest.
Yes, yes. So we basically need to install the customize. So we need to also update the customize manifest to install this config map. Yeah.
And
Yeah, thank
can
you.
you open an issue just so that we don't miss it? Yeah, hold
I
on.
think we should do it in your PR directly before we merge it. I would prefer us to do it, in the one PR before we, boom, boom, boom forward with this.
Any code reviews, questions, side checks?
Yeah, I think just maybe quickly, like before we jump to, so the second PR for like 2828 is a Python package. I think this is pretty like straightforward, right? We're just going to publish the Spark APIs to Python, so we can use Kubernetes client, right, to submit those CRDs.
I saw
Yeah.
that. Looks good to me. Yeah, it's a huge PR though.
Yeah, it's actually
But yeah,
so all of this is auto generated, right? So we
yeah, yeah.
actually have a Swagger here and the Python models. So that's why I have 89,000 lines.
Yeah, it's
So
just funny. Yeah. All right. Anyone have any questions on this? All right. Let's see. Next item. So we released a new Spark history server Helm chart. Let's see here. So this is a repository. So for those of you who may not know, Spark history server, it just helps you, you know, analyze the past jobs. So when you're running the job, you can connect to the driver and then look at the Spark UI, just like this, and then track your progress and everything. But once the driver is gone, you can do that. So Spark HC Server is there to help you, be able to analyze the past jobs without having the driver running. So let's see. So in this report, we actually updated the Spark history or the versions so that we now support version 4.0 and 4.1. Let's see what's been introduced in this PR. As far as I can tell, it does work, and there are some optimizations that came from 4.1 that it's supposed to help with the parsing speed of events. So I haven't tested it myself yet, but at least from looking at the code changes looks to be very promising. So yeah, if you wanted to upgrade and test it out, it's available. And if you have any questions or issues, please do reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to help you out. Any questions on this?
I think maybe a quick one. So I remember we talked about migration of history server under Kubeflow organization if community really wanted. Um, do you know if there are any interest from you guys to do this? If users of Spark on Kubernetes really need history server to be deployed?
Yeah, I mean, I am all for migrating all this under Kubeflow. I don't see any issues. It help us visibility and help us maintain all that as well. So as of now, this is completely independent organization that we are just maintaining kind of on the side. So having like official organization attached to it would be great.
So it is just a Helm chart, right?
It is, yes.
Mm-hmm. Um, I'm wondering, like, what is the what is the motivation for users to just deploy this? Is it because they're hard to build in Helm charts by themselves, or they just want to use the upstream version? Um,
Um, yeah, so they don't, so there is no Spark History server Helm charts
hmm.
available
Okay, okay.
in the official repository. So it just kind of makes it really difficult to deploy because that means now everyone has their own version of deployment and it kind of, there's going to be a fragmentation and it's really not that good. So
But they
yeah, this is
offer
just,
like a deployment, right? Like image Docker, like an image, right, to deploy.
yeah, we have the packages published to GitHub. You can see it here. So right now we have integration with AWS and Azure. We do want to add integration with GCP as well, but I personally just don't have access to GCP, so can't do it. But if anyone wants to take that over, I'll be more than happy to help you do that.
Yeah, that's great. I saw also your comment, Arjun. You will be also interesting to. Are you interested to helping with the maintaining of this with maintenance?
Sure,
Um,
sure. Yeah, I can take this. Definitely.
yeah, I think definitely. I mean, if community really wanted, I remember like we talked about this even like last year. We probably should just move forward, and if you guys agree, we can just maintain it in one place. And other, I think it might be also easier to contribute, right? Because we will be under CNCF. I would
Mhm.
imagine, like I guess like it's under Apache 2.0, right now in your org. Is it correct? Like in terms of licensing, I am asking. Um, so I mean, the license of this project is Apache 2.0, right? For
Yeah,
It
Spark
is,
it is.
History.
yes.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, makes sense. So again, like if you move forward, like let's maybe submit, short proposal to the community and then just see what we can do.
Yeah, sounds great to me. Let's get that discussion going. Any any questions or concerns on this? All right. So next one is the data fusion commit. This is from me. I am mostly just interested in people's experience with it. I am trying to run benchmarks. So I'm using the TPCDS benchmark with 1 TB dataset. And the results I'm getting isn't exactly what I was expecting. It's definitely still, early stages, but I am seeing some slowdowns in a lot of the queries that within the TPS whatever they are defining there, right? And also it requires a lot of off-heap memory. So if I go to environments, I have heap size. So this configuration right here, I'm having to give it like 32 gigabytes of heap memory for it to just work. If I set it to like 16 gigs, it's still ooms out of the pods and it just gets terminated, and I can't really use that benchmark results. So I guess my question is anyone running data fusion that I can talk to kind of help me run this and make sure I'm not doing something wrong?
I think they have this Discord server. I tried to reach out for a help. Like I think Andy is the guy. You might
The
get some
group, I
help
think.
from them.
The group, yeah. That's why I think they have a Discord server, so I was gonna reach out and see if there's any recommendations for me. But since we're here, we also ask. But
Actually,
yeah,
I
it's
mean, so Angie, I think it's not especially like in our team, but in our group, we can reach out to ask. So if the question is about off-heap size specification, right? Um,
yeah. and the speed, like regression. I'm just seeing regressions across the board essentially. Yeah. So, if you look at the published results from the data fusion comet benchmarks, right? It does, you do see these kind of results. Like I was at least like expecting something similar to Velox, benchmark results, but I'm just not seeing it. So, I must be doing something wrong. So I want to know if there's anything I can do. Looking at these results, they're just using 100 gigabytes of data, but mine's like 10 times that. So maybe there's something there. Yeah.
Do you have any configuration, like Spark properties we can send to, to us,
Yeah.
like,
I,
yeah, if you can send it to me, I can try to also reach out. So they have a Discord, right? You said this public Discord channel.
Yeah, I was gonna put everything together and then ask if that's anything
Yep.
they can do there. Um, oh yeah, and then I also noticed it creates a lot of DNS queries. So for those of you who may not know, especially if you're running data jobs on see on the EKS, this is something that is actually I'm hitting it now, which was not happening before. Let's see, physical version. So yeah, this is something that just, if you're considering running this on EKS, you probably want to know. It's the DNS shoot. So by default, or not by default, but there is a hard limit of 124 packets per second for EC2 instances when it comes to Route 53 DNS resolver. And once you start hitting this, you are going to start seeing the unknown host exception. And this is very, when you first see this error message, it's very deceiving because you don't, it usually means, DNS failed or DNS, server came back and just, hey, you know what, I don't know this host, right? But it's not actually not the case here. So when I'm running the data fusion or the Comet benchmarks, I'm getting a lot of these. And because it does a lot of some sort of queries, I'd actually issuing a lot of queries, or it's just not caching the DNS results right. So, yeah, but it's something like I'm seeing as well. So I'll probably write up all these and then post it in the Discord server so that people can see it as well. But yeah, I would definitely like to just get this fixed and just get a proper results so that we can publish it for customers and everything. But yeah, anyone have suggestions or questions for me?
So do you guys plan to, like, after you do the benchmark and compare with Velox, like, publish in your report?
Yeah, it's probably going to be somewhere around here.
mm,
We have all the benchmarks available here, so we'll probably do that.
mhm. And I guess, like, like you already have this for a Velox, right? Here. Yeah, yeah, I see it in gluten, right?
Yeah,
This
we
one.
did. Yeah,
hmm Yeah, I think that will be helpful. Yeah, I think, like, properly configure the properties might be tricky because I don't know if Velox and, Data Fusion might benefit with the same, if the data should be the same, properties should be the same, right? Or, it needs to be specifics to, make reports objective, right?
yeah,
To compare them.
yeah,
And makes sense.
yeah, yeah. Before publishing anything, I just wanted to just get my basics covered and just make sure, like, I'm not doing anything wrong because I pretty sure I'm doing something wrong. So, okay. Anyone have anything you wanted to ask the community or questions?
We had something really small that we could also just take to Slack. But when we downloaded the like when we first started using the operator and installing via Helm, we noticed that in the pod security context, the FS group was set to 185. Do you know why 185 got assigned for this?
I don't know, but I did redo that for sure. Let's see.
Guess I can do a blame on that line too.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, it's set in values actually on 188.
Yeah.
If I may, I think in the Docker file, when you are creating the Spark user has been assigned the user ID of 185 in the
That's
Docker.
what it is. I remember seeing something in a
I see.
Docker file related to this. Okay. Interesting.
In the Docker file? No, no, no. In
Wait, that's a
the
Kubeflow. Yeah, hold on. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, you're right. That's what it is right there. Okay. Got it.
Getting this from here too. Wonder this actually is here. That here. Hmm. Docker file. Hmm. I have a feeling that it is actually set in the upstream somewhere. But yeah, I think that's what it is. Is that like a concerns around using that particular user or
No, I mean when we set it to null when we run it on OpenShift, but just for the FS group specifically. But that's it was just something that we were curious where that magic number came from.
I see, I see.
But if your intuition says it might actually come from Spark upstream, that's really interesting. I'll try to dig a little deeper into that.
Yeah.
Uh, I have a question. Will it cause any problem, or what are you looking at, Ali? Like, is it a security issue or something?
Well, and Vedant can go a little deeper on this here, but in our case, when we first tried to like Helm install on OpenShift specifically, which is Cube plus other Red Hat things, the controller and webhook wouldn't start. But then once we got rid of that security, or once we set the FS group to null, then it installed just fine. And so that's one of the things you'll see in our manifests is that we don't like on our fork of the Spark operator repo, there's no FS group set that way.
Okay. All right. Anything else we can discuss? Yeah.
Yeah,
Chitran.
I have a question. In previous meetings, we were discussing about bringing trainer cache solution, make it available for Spark operator as well, right? In one of the calls.
Yes.
So my question is, train and during that call, we were said that it is said that trainer cache it provides cache for the read only read operations.
Wait, hold on. So reading for the
Reading from the cache, but not writing to the cache.
wait, hold on. So caching for what is it again? Sorry, I thought you were talking about the
Trainer,
Spark history.
trainer cache.
Yeah, I think it's
Uh,
that data cache, right? The one that we talk
yes,
about, the one that
yes,
actually
correct.
was working on. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. That's right. So this cache doesn't support writes today. Have you got a chance to actually review the idea and what is it, what it is about?
I did not dig deep into it, but I had
Mhm.
some basic question regarding it. On high level, um, correct me if I'm
Mhm.
wrong on this one. I did not do much of research, but this question came across my mind. So when a model is getting trained on Kubeflow trainer,
Yep.
uh, obviously it will do more of a read, because in the training it will be a lot of read activity,
Yeah, that's
then,
right.
then writes. Right,
Yep.
and it might write something to the weights and some checkpoint, but it will not be comparison will be very drastic when we compare towards read versus writes for a model training.
Yep.
But when it comes to the Spark operator, the Spark jobs, where we might be using for data analytics or data processing, the writes will also be almost equivalent to the reads,
Yep.
right? Then would this caching, trainer cache, is a good option for Spark operator?
Yeah, so I think we need to kind of like distinguish and like understand what this cache is about, and maybe I can give you one link you can open when I can talk about it. So, um, one second. Um, yeah, so original goal was to have a way to accelerate PyTorch training. It doesn't matter, which kind of training, any type of training, just how we can reduce the I/O on like during the training process and make sure we optimize GPU utilization because GPU are expensive and we want to make sure GPU they're doing the work they need to do, the train neural networks. And the problem, like what we found out, that sometimes there are a lot of kind of like CPU activities happening on the GPU nodes. For example, like tokenization or data pre-processing before actually folks do training. And for this kind of purpose, we build this cache to allow GPU nodes actually stream data directly from those worker nodes to GPU nodes without GPU nodes going to, like to object store or to any other volumes to outplace data to the disk. So stream the data. And we only do like this cache is kind of like like it's a separate system, so it's not nothing related to trainer. So this is kind of a separate system you can think about and you can actually deploy this individually. You can run this with like leader worker set as the workload we orchestrate this on top of Kubernetes, but it doesn't have any connection with the trainer. Why we integrate this with trainer? Because we want to give like a way for users to see the value of this cache. So like I'm sort of like idea. Okay, you have your PyTorch job. Like I have a bunch of data, terabytes of data. I want to find a way to stream this data to my PyTorch jobs without doing a bunch of like without actually uh, overload my GPU nodes. And like this is the how we integrate this with train job and with the trainer. On the Spark side, that does make sense. Like and again, like this diagram actually explains, like on the diagram below explains how nodes stream data from the worker nodes and GPU
Mm,
nodes. Yeah.
it makes sense, but my only question was related to the
Yeah.
more of this solution supporting only the read for the cache,
Yeah.
not the write as well, kind of thing.
Yeah. So that's right. So today, like usually, training process in PyTorch, there's, as you mentioned, there are not all the writes, right? Like users might only like write checkpoints, or they might write, like if you do batch inference, they're a different story. But if you do training, they usually just write, artifacts, model artifacts or adapters, right?
Correct.
So it's not about, like what Spark is doing with, with MapReduce. When you have a bunch of data, you need to process the data, and then after transformations, you need to write the data back to, to your storage.
Yes.
It's a different use case completely, right? That is why we said like though this cache you cannot write to this cache, right? Um, as of today. What we've been thinking about, if there is a way for us to imagine you have a one cluster and you do have, like your Spark operator and you have your trainer control plane. sitting together, and you do a lot of transformation in Spark operator. Instead of Spark writing to, for example, Iceberg, you can find a way to, write in this, in-memory data cache. So you can directly, access it in the train job. But we didn't really, like spend much time on this yet.
Mm, Got it. It makes
Yeah.
sense.
I know that we also talk about, for example, I think we talked about Databricks last time, right? That they have some
Yes, yes.
solutions. Yeah. I know they have some, custom solutions because I know also that Fusion has a specific table for like the format alternative to Arrow. Like I'm not an expert there, but they have their own kind of in-house tools which accelerate, Spark Spark jobs.
Got it. And
Yeah.
I have been exploring
Good.
in open source, and also I think they commercialized it as well, a tool called Alexio.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Alexa Cache, yeah, I think I heard about
Yeah,
it.
and they say they support both read and write. So I'm still doing the. I did not complete the POC yet. I'm facing some challenges on Azure Kubernetes with the mounting of NVMe disk for the scratch space. So I
Yep.
think we are almost near. But after that, I'm planning to do some testing with the Alexio as well and see how it goes.
Yeah, I think it's great. Yeah, it's a great point actually. So I know actually he was exploring Alexia before, and I think I can invite him on the next call to maybe talk more on this if he has time. Yeah, because yeah, I think this is something we can also compare and understand what are the differences, right, between those solutions, right?
Sounds good. That would be really helpful.
Yeah, I think I will make a note for this. I think also I want to say on the cache side, right now we try to also cache tensors. So today we cache Parquet files, like like the Parquet file sitting in memory. So then PyTorch still needs to transform those. So the PyTorch needs to do tokenization. So and then like it transforms actually like tables to tensors. So what we try to do actually next release we try to cache directly tensors in this cache, so users doesn't need to do tokenization on the PyTorch side, which we think also will kind of like improve the training process and provide additional functionality on top of just storing the Parquet files, which might be interesting to explore as well. Yeah, we'll keep you posted for this and for Alex as well. So,
Thank you, Henry.
right.
All right. Anyone have anything they wanted to talk about? All right then. We will just end a little bit early. But yeah, if you have any questions or concerns that you wanted to ask later, we are always available on the Slack channel. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining, and have a great weekend.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.